Well, welcome. Let's see here. We got one watching. Okay, so no big deal yet. Let's put, God, I need another screen is what I need. Let me see here. We'll go here, Zoom. That's how we'll do it. Hopefully I can do that. Yep. Okay. Well, welcome to our Monday night hangout. We have these meetings Mondays and Fridays from 7 to 9 on YouTube. Normal cast of characters includes a wide variety of people. Tonight I'm going to work on this wing. Get laughed at by some of the foam cutters. That's okay. It is Monday, right? It is 7 o'clock, right? Okay. Change cameras. Well, here comes somebody. It's can't see. It's Joe Gilbert. I can tell because his nickname is iPad. You got it. There you are.
I thought we changed that, but it still says iPad.
I think you got to do it on your end to
Yeah,
keep
we do. Colleen tried. Doesn't your airplane look pretty right there?
Yeah, it needs to be turned around though.
I'm going to do that tomorrow. I put that in with the lag screw into the floor of the ceiling, so I can just turn that lag screw at 180 and see what happens. We'll look into that. I'm going to check that out. I did that because it's pointing toward the sink. You turn around, you'd see a nose coming at you, but it might look better the other way. I'm going to try it and see.
That way it'll look like the airplane's doing a square loop.
That's right. It might be a good. I agree. I'm going to look at that. I can easily do that. We hung it up. Colleen helped me. We tied on 150-pound fishing line to it, and it was trouble, but we got it up there. We're going to see. I had to drill a hole in the screw in the floor and put a lag bolt in.
Yeah.
What do you got there? A wing?
Yeah. It's my profile.
Okay. Hello, Mr. Hunt.
Yang?
Hi, Bob.
Hey, Gary, I didn't receive my calendar. Did you send one to me?
Yeah.
I haven't received it yet.
Did you send one to me? Are you in Rome, Ohio?
No.
I got something coming from Ohio. I got a
Hey, stop writing germs.
UPS or USPS notification that something's coming from Ohio for me.
I think it's Marion, Ohio. Where do you live, Gary? Marion?
Marietta.
Marietta. Okay, that's
Mhm.
close.
Yeah.
How's Carl doing this evening?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. How about everybody else?
It's a nice day to hear 70 degrees and windy, but it was a nice day.
Yeah.
Did you get your calendar, Carl?
Excuse me?
Did you get your calendar?
I did. It
Okay.
came in this morning's mail or this afternoon's, well, our mail. So yeah. I guess because I live towards the West Coast more than anybody else, it takes a little longer, I guess.
Shit, I'm one state or two states over and I
Yeah.
ain't got mine.
I got mine.
So
He did good on this. Very darn nice.
Does a good job every year.
Yes, he does. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 6.
It started out, and the resting was there. I said, I could do something like that. I ought to do that for the guys on here. And just kind of, it's something for, you save. And
25 or 6 airplanes on here. He did good. He even did mine without me sending the picture.
yeah,
He did good on that.
you got your little rubber powers going too.
That was so cute. You must have got them off the internet somewhere, huh?
Yeah.
That was awesome. I flew some rubber band airplanes today. We had the grandkids and took them out to the airport and made some flights in the hangar just to let them see what they do. And then we had a big day with the grandkids. I'm quite certain I couldn't rear 10-year-olds at my age. They got lots of energy.
Oh, yeah.
They're fun.
well, that's how I find out how old you really are was you try to keep up with a 10-year-old or a 4-year-old.
It's impossible. I couldn't keep up with a 10 or 12-year-old. No way. I mean, we would certainly do what you have to do, but they
Yeah.
got lots of giddy up, dude. They do.
Yeah.
I can't keep up with a 60-year-old.
Oh, Baba, that's awesome.
Guys.
That's awesome. Nah, it's life is good, y'all. Enjoy every day you get.
Yeah.
I smeared some more carbon fiber and dope on an airplane today, piddled around, sanded on stuff. It's all good. Did you play your guitar today, Bob?
I did not today.
Not yet.
Not yet.
There's still time.
Yeah. I'll later on, maybe. I had a lot to do today to get ready. I'm getting a lathe tomorrow. George Waters found a really, really nice South Bend lathe, very similar to the Logan I used to work on at my dad's shop. And he and Alan Buck are delivering it tomorrow. I guess I have to buy him lunch, huh?
It wouldn't hurt you.
He's giving it to me for free, so he says it's really
I
nice.
think lunch would be. I'd take him out to Freddy's somewhere where it costs $12. Shoot. There's two good lads right there.
Yeah, there really are.
Good lads, no question.
There's a group of us here. We call each other the brothers. You know,
I think it's perfect. I think it's perfect.
Ken Armish and George Waters, Alan Buck, Joel Costantino, Tom Luciano, Tom Huff, Rick Campbell. That's you know, pretty much all.
You're in a good group right there, Bob. Just enjoy
Very
the
good
company.
group.
Enjoy that company.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
At your age, you can remember how to operate it?
Heck yeah, he can.
Oh man, boo hiss. Ooh.
Heck yeah, he can.
Yeah.
No, the reason why I say that is I'll go in and I'll find a little tool that I use, and for some reason or another, and I'll pick it up and I go, "What is this for?"
Yeah.
And then I gotta get the cobwebs out and go, "Oh yeah, this is what it's
I
for."
do that at breakfast with a knife and fork. What are these for? You know.
Oh Lord. Boo hiss.
I think I can still do it. I had my rounder's license for a lot of years, you know, and my flatter's license. I worked for my dad alongside Red Reinhardt, if you know that name. Guy who designed the El Diablo and the Galloping Comedian and all those famous airplanes. He worked for my dad for about 30 years, and he lived with our family for quite a long time too. And so he was like a big brother and my mentor in the machine shop. So I spent a lot of time with Red on machines.
Yeah.
And then we would go out at night fishing. Pretty much every night we go fishing. He lived in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. It was quite a hike up to where our plant was, our place was. So he'd come up on Monday with his suitcase, and he'd stay till Thursday night, and then Friday night he'd go back home, for the weekend to his house. So every night we'd go home. My mother would make dinner, and then we'd head right out to the local bass pond and get a boat and go out. And the deal was whoever caught 50 fish first, and there's little panfish. You can get one on every cast with little poppers, all ultralight fly rods. And whoever caught 30 or 50 fish first won. And then the next day, the loser had to buy the awful at Bonton's, which was a milkshake about 1.5 feet high.
Oh my goodness.
So I bought maybe 30 of those milkshakes for him, and I maybe got 2 from him. And I think one was a sympathy buy.
How old were you then, Bob? What age were you at that point?
I was like 18, 19.
Oh, you're a grown man then.
Oh, yeah. So one night, you probably heard this story before. I know that Phil has. One night, Red hadn't flown in a long time at that point, since the 50s. And this was 68, 67, 68. And one night I said, you want to go flying instead of going fishing? He said, well, what do you got that I can fly? So I got this really nice red Nobler I had. It was really pretty noble. So we went out to the field and I flew and I said, you want to fly? He says, okay. So he took off, and Red was used to flying those little light airplanes that if they shut up inverted, you could just flick them over. Well, he's flying and flying and flying and flying. And I'm thinking to myself, man, that's getting pretty deep into that tank.
Yes, sir.
And he was inverted. And I started to yell out to him, and the thing shut off, inverted. And he went to flip it over. It's about half a loop, stalled. It came right at him.
Oh.
And crashed right at his feet. Now, this was my first really nice airplane. It was really a pretty airplane. And he was like mortified. And I was sad for him because of how bad he felt. We were crying in each other's beer. So he tried to fix it, but there was no way to fix it. It was shattered. So now you go fast forward several years into about 1970 and 71. And I had a brand new Norton Commando, and it was in the middle of the winter. And I rode it down to my brother's house about 60 miles from where I live in the dead of winter, And I got to his house, and it unannounced, of course, and his wife fed me breakfast. And he was getting ready to go with his trailer and his motorcycle down to Red's house because they were good buddies in Doylestown. And Red had a scrambles track set up, and he had a Victor 441 BSA. And so I went out to the track, and I was watching him run around the track and through the woods. And he goes to me, he says, hey, you want to try it? I said, sure. Well, any of you who've ridden motorcycles know that a Norton has one up, three down on the right side, and a VSA has one down, three up on the left side. And I got wailing through the woods, forgot where I was on the gear shift pattern, and I found myself flying through the air upside down and looking at this surreal thing where this motorcycle is bounding by itself. It didn't go down, it just kept going. Ran into a tree and totaled the bike.
Oh no.
And I hit a boulder and, I banged up my leg. It didn't break anything. So Red comes running up. He says, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I destroyed your bike." He started laughing like crazy. He says, "Yeah, now we're even."
that right hand shift, man, that ain't natural.
No, but for drag, I did a lot of drag racing. It was great for drag racing because it was a down. You didn't have to lift.
Yeah, bam, 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 bam.
Bam, bam, bam. It was good.
The reason why those bikes were like that were for half-mile flat track.
Yeah.
You could shift without having to
on
put
the
your foot up.
upside.
Yes. That makes sense.
And then in 1969, the United States standardized all motorcycles. They must shift on the left and brakes on the right.
Yeah. Well, my buddy's airport's got like I think it's a 64 6 750 Harley. It's just like the one they had in the movie, that famous actor, and it shifts on the wrong side, Robert. And that was probably for the reason for that round track, huh?
Well,
what was it? It's a Sportster.
Yeah, 69 was 69 was the last year of right-hand shift.
You're talking about a Sprint.
Well,
you're talking about the Sprint was the one that had the gear stick on the right.
Fonda. What was the movie Fonda was in? Henry Fonda
had gear on the right.
Yes,
up until 1969.
That's right.
Easy Rider, you mean?
Easy Rider. It's just like the one in Easy Rider.
Well, one was a panhead. Well, they both were panheads. One was a dog leg, and the other was a straight leg panhead.
Oh, I don't know which one. He's had it since he's a kid. He's got the same one he's had for decades. And he said, you don't take it very far, but it won't make it home.
Well, you can, but you got to carry a handful of parts and pocket full of tools.
It's even got a magneto on it, Robert.
Of course.
It's a magneto on that.
Joe Hunt.
The only one I ever had like that was a Norton, and that thing would shake itself. I mean, I've had the mirrors come loose and start wagging. You ride at 100 miles, you got to stop and tighten everything up.
It must have been an Atlas because the Commandos had that isoelastic construction. They had rubber mounted motors. They were pretty smooth.
Yeah.
That right shift it's not natural for me because I've done everything else.
I'll tell you what's really strange, Joe. I had a 1970 Cervicar Harley Davidson at the three-wheel curb marker. They used the high patrol. It had left-hand throttle and right-hand tank shift with a foot clutch.
Oh my God. That would kill me. That would kill me.
I couldn't get around the block on it, but the cops got used to them.
Joe's got a nice Harley sidecar. He bought an ultra motorcycle and put a sidecar on it. And he said, "You want to go for a ride?" I said, "Yeah, I'll go for a ride one time around the airport." I'm talking about around the airport, not out in traffic. He got this sucker to 50 mile an hour, and I was hollering, "Uncle, dude, let me slow this mother down." 50 mile an hour in a sidecar you're scooting, mister. It was like I was going 100, man. Slow this thing down.
Hey, we were somewhere. I don't remember if it was England or where it was, and they had races that weekend. Guys in sidecars, and the sidecar was nothing but a wheel and a seat and a bar. And they go through the turns, and the guy on the sidecar, right-hand turn, the guy in the sidecar would be leaned out so dang far, he was over that tire.
Yes.
He way over trying to keep the thing on the ground and go around turns.
There was a movie, Sidecar Racer, back in the 70s. It was impressive.
Yeah, those guys that rode the sidecars, it was also popular in dirt, and they call them monkeys.
Monkeys, that's right. That's exactly right, Carl. I've heard that number. In a sidecar, you're in a capsule, and it's your feet are flat out in front of you, and your bottom ain't. I don't know if your bottom's 10 inches off the ground or not. It's pretty low.
If you watch the old dirt track movies and sidecars, the sidecar itself is just like a wooden platform with the wheel off to the left-hand side, and then it's got bars on it for the monkey to hang on to, and
Yeah.
depending what corner or what jump or what sweep or what hairpin they're going into, the monkey adjusts himself to keep the bike balanced.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. The weird thing is the ones I never saw but one, but there were some of them, at least one, that when the bike tilted, that outboard tire tilted.
Joe's Harley, it has an
Well,
adjustment you can twist and make it do that according to what your weight in the sidecar is. You can tune the car with the lever to make it track straight. If you got a 100-pound guy in the car, it's going to take a different trim than a 200-pound guy.
Yeah, makes sense.
They got them figured out pretty good.
Well, I tell you what, if you ever see those races like you're talking about,
Oh, I went to a movie. And
I've done some things that I thought, why in the world did I do this? I took a Kawasaki and went to Charlotte and tried to do the bike race track down there. Tried to race those once upon a time. I thought that was insane when I got done with it. But when I saw those guys racing in those sidecars, those guys need help, man.
I'm not doing that.
I don't care how much leather you wear. When they wreck one of those, somebody gets bad hurt.
Well, you mentioned that outside wheel it'll tip. Well, the monkey will grab the bar and hang his body way over the edge.
That's what I was telling you. The wheel's here and his head's over here.
Yeah.
And
Well,
motorcycle's over here.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Turn on the sharing up, Sparky.
Good evening, Gordon.
Good evening.
Yeah, where you been?
Trying to clean up an explosion in my basement.
Oh, God.
Oh, Lord. What did you drop?
I didn't drop anything.
Oh, that's pretty.
Is that a Norton? What is that?
The Norton Dunstall Commando.
I thought that was a Norton. That's a 64, 66?
That's a 70.
That late. I'd have guessed earlier. I'll be darned.
Yeah, that's the road racing one,
Look at the no disc brakes, all drum brakes, two shocks.
Yeah.
Shifting on the right side.
I'm not sure I could ride that. If you offered me to ride that, I wouldn't do it because I could hurt myself.
You could learn.
That was
learn.
That was a pussy cake. Pussycat. It really was.
Rode nice.
Very
It's that shifting. You have to get used to that.
handled great. It was a good bike.
Up one, down three. Up one, down three.
Up one, down three. So it was great.
Yep.
That's a drag racing top eliminator trophy there from Island Dragway.
I'll be darned.
Ah.
Would that bike run 80 through a quarter mile?
120.
No way, Bob Hunt.
120.
In a quarter mile?
120 mile an hour and a quarter.
Wow.
In the low 13s.
Yeah.
That's remarkable.
It had
That's 750?
750. It had a lot of mile per hour, not great low ET, only in the low 13s. My Hayabusa would do 9.7s, So.
Man, I can't imagine.
But the Hayabusa you were
9.7.
hanging on.
Anyway, that's the
Hayabusa you were hanging on by your fingertips.
That's the bike I went down to see Red, that day. We see my brother and go with Red when I crashed his other bike. And this is the airplane that he crashed. That he said we're even. This is the. Got to stop that share and do another share here. Hold on. How to do this?
Hello, Peter Bauer.
Keep doing the wrong one here.
You're in the wrong pew.
There it is. There it is.
Oh,
Nice
that's pretty. That was pretty.
That's
Gear mounted. Look at that. Gear mounted, too.
That's the one that Red crashed.
Wing mounted gear.
Yep.
What year was that, Bob?
67.
So if you built a Norbrook the gear like that, it'd be legal as eagle could be.
Sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
This was what they call a Simonized Nobler. If you notice, it didn't have the holes behind the wing that covered with.
Okay.
It had a sheet stab. It had had a built-up rudder sheeted. Had big carved wingtips. It was a whole different kind of airplane.
A Nobler will teach you a lot about how to trim an airplane too. They're a decent airplane.
Yeah, that was a good airplane.
There's better, but they'll teach you a lot.
Yeah. Anyway, that's that. caps off that story. So.
That's excellent.
I
When
would
we
love
were
to have met that man. He was.
when
I never got to meet Red, but he was sounds like a really cool dude.
He was a unique individual.
Yeah,
And
well,
not-
yeah.
in '76, I lived in Nebraska, and my buddy had a 350 triple Kawasaki,
Yeah.
72 or 3 model,
Yeah.
and I had a
Yeah.
72 Kawasaki twin 2-stroke. And if I told you we raced those suckers 100 times, that wouldn't be a lie.
Yeah.
And whoever got the best start won.
Yeah, I used
That's
to race.
true.
Wendy had one. I used to race him with that Norton. We had a service road down by Giant, what was going to be Giant Stadium, and we used to go down the end of that road. It was a cul-de-sac. We turned around. There was no cops down there. It was in the middle of nowhere. You could see cops coming from a mile away. So we go back up to the other end and we race down the, it was like a mile long.
We had a 1/4 mile place on the way home from the farm, and we stopped and did it 100 times. And you had to get on that little 350 up close and lean up over the handlebars and hammer it and bang it. But whoever controlled the first 50 feet decided who won, basically.
Back then we didn't have slipper clutches either. It was like you had to be careful. Hey Pete, Pete, turn on your audio there, Pete Bauer. Pete, I saw you got your dander up a little today.
You know my buddy.
Uh-oh. You can't tell just that. What happened?
It was just a posting.
No, just talking about. I made a post talking about some changes in scale rules, and someone commented that everything is unfair and everyone is against him, and I kind of just put an end to that.
Good for
Say
you.
no more. I got you. I got you.
I was proud of you.
Okay, I'll be honest. I typed a note, and it came off a little harsher than that. So I took it and I put it through AI, and it rewrote
My
it.
goodness.
And it rewrote it, and I cut and pasted that one in then.
I would have liked to see the original.
Look, when you're competing as a competitor, and I'll say this, and I don't want to argue with nobody, you know the rules, you read the rules, you play within the rules. It's that simple.
Yep.
As a competitor, that's my game.
Yep.
Well, Bob, what's your theory on that?
Well, I think when you go to a contest and you sign your name on the registration form and you put your money down, you're saying I subscribe to anything that goes on here.
That's right. And you fly your flights and you get what you get and go buy spaghetti for supper if that's what you want.
But this isn't really the crux of what Pete was. It was a fun event, a fun scale that anybody with a semi-scale airplane could come and fly. And some guy, won't name any names, Paul Smith, but
no relation.
What's
No
that?
relation.
What'd you say?
I said no relation.
No relation, right? he came on and started saying, well, nobody can, without a throttle, you can't compete, and yada, 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 yada. And it's, he missed the point completely. The point was to get people involved in, get toe wet and scale, which I'm thinking about, by the way. Getting to a point where doing the wing overs is a little tough, so.
Scale's a unique event, too. I'm not an expert like Peter by any means, but you got to know what they want to give it to them. And them scale airplanes, in my opinion, are not easy to fly, most of them. The ones I've flown, I can't speak for Powell Peters, but the ones I've flown, those aren't easy airplanes to fly.
You fly too big of airplanes.
But they're so cool, Peter. Gosh.
Yeah, they do sound cool.
When I'm flying that airplane, I got a tiger by the tail, dude. It's awesome. And if I win, fine. If I don't, that's okay, too. It's just a privilege to fly that rascal.
Well, and that's exactly why we switched. I wrote that rule proposal to make it so that you can fly semi-scale stunters very easily in fun scale. And they qualify and you don't lose any points. And you can do wing overs and inverted and loops and figure eights and be competitive.
Eddie's one time, he had a B-29, and that a missed approach scared me because you have to get your power just right and come down, and get in front of the judges and gas it back up and not hit the ground and climb back up. I said, Eddie, I want to do a high flight. Let me do a high flight.
No.
He said, Joe's a high flight's pretty hard to do. I said, I think I can do it. I think I can do it. So I took that B-29 with 4 LA-25s and I did high flight, and I ain't never doing that again. Sucker will pull you off your feet up there at 60 degrees. It's scary.
You grew a couple inches by the end of that flight.
Oh my gosh. But his airplanes are incredible. I mean,
yeah, they're nice.
You can fly one of them, but they don't give you anything, Peter. You got to fly that rascal every instant you're in the air.
Yeah.
Hey, Peter, how much do you win for fun scale?
How much do you win? A trophy.
Yeah, how much money do you win?
None. I can answer that.
You know what? If you come and fly at the Nats, I'll shake your hand. That's what you're going to win.
That's fair enough.
That's worth it.
Go.
Fair enough.
I'll autograph something for you. Okay, how's that? You have
Boy.
an autograph.
A personal check.
You got a history with a stunt plane that would do well in scale. Already has once upon a time. Your dad's
Gentleman that
traveling.
you're talking about has to win everything at Rodak because he enters everything.
Yeah. Well, okay. I just thought Pete did a really good job. I was really proud of him.
I told you I ran that through what I use, Microsoft Copilot, and I cut and pasted it. And I said, make this a little better. And it spit something else out. And I said, oh, yeah, that's even nice. That's even better. And then I cut and pasted that in.
You did good.
We got a question on the chat, and it's about stunt. Well, it's about control line. He says, Don Steben, hello, I fly RC, thinking about line control. First of all, change that to control line. If I build a plane, how important is weight to just get to fly? And nothing fancy. I have a 46 engine. Is that too big?
Well, can I answer that?
Yes, please do.
I'm not answering it. I'm just calling it out.
What's his first name?
It says Don. I guess it's Don Steben.
Okay, Don. Here's the deal. Even a brick will fly, but a light brick will fly better than a heavy brick.
What would you build? What would you build with a 46? That's a good sized engine. For a beginner plane.
Pathfinder.
For a stunt ship, it's hard to beat a Vector 40, but that's more airplane than he needs. He needs one of those foam wing fuselages that's easy to build, to put together. Mentor.
Like a socket to me or something like that.
Socket to me, that's right. One of those. But you can fly a Sterling Mustang that weighs 30 ounces to go around the circles, but he doesn't need to do tricks and win the Nats. He needs to learn how to fly. So have an airplane that weighs 28 ounces is not a factor in my opinion.
The best thing I could suggest is try to find a control line club near you or a modeler that flies control line near you to help out. And we have a directory where if you want to send me in the chat a personal message in the bottom there, I will go into the directory and see if I can find someone in your area that you can get in touch with and they can help you.
For sure.
Where are you located?
He's on the computer now.
Yeah, but if he's in Tulsa, I can hook him up, dude. If he's in Bartlesville or any place close.
Well,
I tell everybody, I'll teach you to fly for free. When you want to go upside down, that's when you got to pay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I'll let you know when he replies in the chat.
We'll find them someone, and that's the best way to do it, is to hook them up.
I agree.
Each one teach one situation.
The grandkids flew New Year's Day, both of them, and they haven't flown in 3 or 4 months, and I help them taking off, and I got it, Grandpa, I got it. So I sat down, they flew, both of them flew it out. And having an airplane that's easy to fly helps too.
Yeah.
I saw lots of videos with those new 2.4 handles, whatever they call them. The guy who's making the new throttle handles with the 2.4 all built in, and those make it really easy to learn to fly because you can just slow down and land whenever you want. And I've seen like 5 and 6-year-old kids flying with those.
Will Davis, throwing a name out
Yeah.
there, has this airplane called a Ring Rat.
Yep.
And he had I'm going to say she was 4. She's a little bitty girl. And she didn't have any idea what she did. He hooked both lines to the up on that Ring Rat and had the up adjuster where you could just take off and electrically and pull the power and find a sweet spot where it'd fly level without even doing anything.
Yeah.
We
Don
taught a
says,
lot of people that fly like that out at that I think Ed Waskey did out in West Virginia. I don't know how many kids, but we taught 40, 50 kids in 2 days.
yeah. Don says he's in Western Kansas.
Are you getting your?
Oh, there we go. Dave Tribble.
Tribble's in eastern Kansas, but that's
Tribble's in Eastern Kansas.
he is.
Western Kansas.
Jim Lee in Topeka. I don't know
Waukene,
where that's at, but
Waukene,
What town?
Kansas.
Topeka. Jim Lee's in Topeka.
Oh, Jim Lee's in Topeka. Heavens to Betsy, yes.
Well, that's kind of east too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's central. To me, Topeka's central. Yeah.
Yeah, Don says Waukene, Kansas. WAKENE.
I'm gonna go look at
I can
the
look at a map.
directory.
That would be John, wouldn't it? John's in Kansas.
John Holiday.
Yeah.
John and John, they live over on the east side near Kansas City. Not Independence. What's it called? I can't think. But they're near Kansas City. That group. Jim's in Topeka, and Jim Kraft's over in that part of the world too. But he can't. I don't know if he could help him or not. There's people around.
I got to look at I got the directory here.
Good job, Bob.
Let me see if I can. I think I have the directory on that OP Pampa stuff. Pampa directory. There it is. Okay, so.
Waukene, Kansas is right on Highway 70.
I'm looking down to see if I can find anything in Kansas.
El Dorado. Jim Kraft lives in El Dorado. He's up at Newton, west of Newton and Hutchinson.
Yeah, he's not too far from Topeka.
Well, there's several in Topeka.
But he's kind of in the,
Boy, there's not much
to the west of the state, yeah.
Boy, there's not a whole lot in Kansas here.
Where's Minnesota Mike? Wasn't he in Kansas? Even though his name's Minnesota?
Abilene's where Jim Kraft was, I'm pretty sure. There's people in Salina.
Abilene's closer to Waukene.
Topeka. I got somebody in Topeka, Robert Henningsen. I've never heard of him.
Don't know. Is there anything in Hayes, Bob?
I got Shawnee. That's John.
Shawnee's that's East Kansas.
That's Holiday. That's John Holiday.
Yeah. That's in Kansas City.
Let's see.
Hayes, Kansas, getting pretty far west.
Well, we don't have a whole lot in Kansas.
Goodland, there ain't much out there.
Pretty windy in Kansas.
Pretty windy everywhere this last few weeks.
Makes you a better flyer.
But there'll be somebody, if there's a club out there, get with them, start with. Right off the bat. What was the name of the town, Stephen?
Waukene, Wakeeny. It's just west of Hayes on Highway 70.
Okay. Yes. They got a Dairy Queen there too. Awesome.
That'll help.
They got a Dairy Queen.
You got your priorities.
They got my
That's
priorities.
for after flying, Joe.
That's the first thing I saw. They got a Dairy Queen, dude. That's awesome.
That's funny. That's what Bob Geesey, he would always look for Dairy Queens. Well, I got somebody else in Kansas, but we're not going to send them to her, Brenda Schutte. I don't think.
That's Melvin could help him in reality.
Well, let's see. Where
Melvin
is
could. Melvin could help
that's in Auburn.
That's way west, way east of them, I think.
Okay. Boy, there's not a whole lot in Arizona.
I don't think there's that many
I
people
mean,
in that part of
in
Kansas.
No, I can't help the gentleman.
There's the map.
But you could always move.
There's what.
No, if there's an RC club close, there might be somebody that remembers it.
That's true. Check with
Yeah,
AMA.
he could-
AMA
He
would
could
be able
call
to
the,
tell you if
yeah,
there's
he could
RC
call
club.
the AMA.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, have you asked at the local hobby shop? Find a hobby shop in the area and ask them, do they know of any control line people?
Well, find a hobby shop though. There's a challenge.
Yeah,
That's a challenge. I'm telling you. We had 10 at one time. We got one.
He says he's out there all by himself.
I just
Yeah.
came back from our RC club meeting. I'm the secretary of the club. We meet at the hobby shop, and it's a really nice hobby shop. Trains and lanes. It's huge.
He says there's just nothing out here.
I don't know anybody out there. I just can't place anybody out there.
Well,
Working in a hobby shop, that was my first job when I was 16.
Nice.
Stanton Hobby.
wow. I worked at a hobby shop. Just before I went to Flying Models Magazine, I worked in a hobby shop. Tiny Tots, Route 17 in Greenbrook, New Jersey.
Is Gary Thayer ever going to do anything with that?
Who?
Thayer, isn't he Flying Models now?
Oh, Thayer's son.
I guess. Is he
Yeah,
gonna
that's the guy who bought it out. His name is Thayer Syme, Syme. No, he's not going to do anything with it, but he's going to keep the plans directory open. You can buy plans. And I'm going to be talking to him about letting us reprint articles from Flying Models on the Pampa website. And, he can supply the plans then. He may be able to let us use them, have the plans too. I don't know. He's a really nice guy, actually.
Yeah, I've met him before at the
It's a little odd, but in a good way.
the Ohio, whatever they call that.
He fit right in here.
The closest hobby shop I see is in Hayes, and they specialize in RC vehicles and radios, cars and airplanes.
Yeah, but nobody specializes in control line anymore.
No. Brodak's
Brodak.
the only place. But yes, you're right. Man, I wish he was in Tulsa. I'd teach him for free.
No.
Look at Angstrom. They're working on something. He's waving high.
Roy Lane's on.
Hey,
Yeah,
Is the
we got
wing and tail glued in?
yeah, it got glued in. Actually, we glued it in on Christmas since the whole family had flu. We literally had our Christmas 2 days ago. So what better to do when you got flu on Christmas? Why not glue in the wings and tail to a smoothie, right?
So you
Nothing
flew
like
on Christmas.
when
So
you're
you
not
flew on
glued out,
Christmas.
glue the wing in.
You flew on Christmas.
What's that?
You flew on Christmas.
Yeah,
flew.
yeah, exactly.
You were
Yeah.
lit up and on NyQuil and glued the wing in.
That's funny.
Yeah, you know what? We had fun gluing this in. We did a ton of measuring, getting the precision right on the tail piece, and glued it in. Is like, something's not right, and it's because we're used to on the stabs kind of having something that's level, not a solid spacing the
A
whole way.
constant thickness instead of an airfoil.
Yeah,
What's that?
A constant thickness instead of an airfoil.
Constant thickness, exactly. So then, we kept looking it over and over and over, and I was like, should we glue it tonight or not? Yeah, let's glue it. And so glued it in, then it's like, oh, yeah, something's wrong. And then, there was an airfoil to it that made it so we had to cut it out and start over.
You're not the only one ever done that.
I'm going to put up a little picture of a way to do that, a way you can do that very accurately, okay? Give me just a second here, I'll put it up. So you got to put it in so there's no negative incidence in the stab. If you get a half a degree to a degree of positive, it's not going to hurt it that bad. But you can't have any negative in there.
That's right.
It will never be trimmable, ever. So let me see if I can find that picture.
I'll tell you what, it was good learning, though. You get it wrong once like that, and you get the headache of like, oh, darn. You check it again next time around.
It takes a sharp X-Acto knife to heal it.
What's that?
It takes a sharp X-Acto knife to heal it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
That boy right there, he knows how to build an airplane. I promise you.
I'll say.
And I'll show you the next step. Well, the first step, I'm going to go back and show you the first step because it's a sequential thing. All right. The first step is you've got to get I'll explain it when I put this up here. Okay. You got to get the top of the fuselage is parallel to the wing center line. So you got to prop up the fuselage using that little Johnson angle finder. You can get it at Lowe's or Home Depot.
Inclinometer.
And you got to get it, that's 0, right? So you know that the center line of the wing and the top of the fuselage side is parallel to the tabletop. In that case, it's a very accurately cut piece of 6-inch thick, 2-pound foam. So I could pin into it and draw on it and everything. It's really good to draw. Okay, that's the first step. The next step is to do what we just showed. Let me just stop that share. Go to that other picture again. Okay, we're going to show this again. Oops, wait a minute. Stop share. Having a hard time doing this tonight. I keep doing that. How can I stop that from? I know, we'll just get rid of that picture. Hold on.
At least you're trying. I don't know how to do any of it.
Yeah, well, I'm going to see if I can.
I got pictures to show, but I don't know how.
I can't get rid of this one. How do I get rid of that, Sparky?
Close it out.
I did.
Out.
Okay, I'll close that out. Try again.
Now open the picture you want on the computer.
Yeah, hold on. I did that. Let me see. I'm going to go back into here. Okay, so yeah, you saw what the other one was. Well, here's the next step in that. Maybe this will work.
John Miller, hello.
How you doing,
There you
guys?
go. There's the next step.
There you go.
That's pretty self-explanatory.
If it's up one, that is 10,000 times better than down minus a quarter.
I disagree. It's a 14 million times better than down.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough, Bob. If it's down in the front, it's a death wish. You're doomed.
Yeah,
Could anybody be interested? I'm going to talk to Howard about possibly. We'll go back here for a minute, see if I can get this other thing loaded, and show a better picture.
14 million. I was corrected.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm a smart.
You're right. I got no argument. You're 100% right,
smart
dude.
ass. What can I tell you?
I love you.
I love you too. Okay, here we go. Again, I'm going to show this. Now, would anybody be interested if I could get Howard or somebody else to laser cut kits to make those little brackets that you can?
I sure would.
Yeah, I'll buy a set.
You can adjust them up and down, and you can adjust the front up, the front down. You can adjust the whole thing up or down to set it into the cradle properly. And the only thing you got to do is that plate that the stab is actually held by, those things have to have accurate openings. So you're going to have an accurate, before you build the airplane, take a rib and
right.
make it a station so that when you slide those up, the center line of that is dead on the.
Absolutely. That's the rub right there.
And the top and bottom are parallel to the center line. So when you put your angle finder on top, you can get an accurate reading. But that's the way to make sure you can get a very accurate alignment of your stabilizer.
And if you had those where you could adjust them east and west too while you're at it.
Yeah. Well, we could maybe throw that into the equation.
You know what I'm saying? To get the measurement hinge line to hinge line the same.
Well, you can move it. You just move them back and forth.
Yeah. You got enough slop in there to do that.
I just slide them back and forth.
Yep.
But
it's a big deal, y'all. It's a huge thing.
Yeah.
Actually, you don't have to go north and south, front and back, because the slot in the fuselage determines that.
Sure, absolutely.
But,
I mean, hinge line to hinge line, if you can move it a 1/16 of an inch each
you
way.
can move the skew, the top view
Yes,
skew.
yes.
Yeah, you can move that easily enough.
That's good.
And get it right. And then you're sure that you got it dead nuts accurate.
Yep.
So
important.
The tapered tail feathers, when they're tapered from say 3/8 or a 1/2 inch, and then they taper down to 1/4 to tips.
Yeah.
Those are hard to get right because you can be this way off, and this way off.
Yeah.
And what Bob's got right there heals that program.
There's the other one, on the other side. You check them both.
I bought digital meters. Have you ever used those Wixley digital meters?
I have a digital meter, but I'm so used to using this one. It works so well that I just kind of use this all the time.
Well, I've used those, and if you can't see 1/10 of a degree on there, you just can't see it.
No,
but those Wixleys are good within 1/10 of a degree. It's remarkable.
Yeah, I'm sure that's even better. I'm just got so used to using this.
Yeah.
I've had such good luck with it.
And you're good at it.
Yeah.
You square your eyeball up the same.
But either one,
way.
the digital thing or this.
Absolutely.
But like you said before, the key thing is no down incidents in the leading edge. In other words, no.
Here, 100%.
You've been setting up sidecars, Bob?
What's that?
You've been setting up sidecars?
Sidecar.
Harley Davidson sidecars or BMWs.
The name of that is an inclinometer, and you clip it to the disc, and you lean the motorcycle in towards the sidecar 1 degree, and that's what we use.
Well, they call this an angle finder. I'm sure it's the same thing, but I'm really sold on this way of doing it.
I think you're right.
Well, anyway.
So, Brandon, y'all did good. Just keep playing, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Keep
what
on,
we're doing.
keep on keeping on.
We got a half a. See, the deal is we've been working on this for over a year, and he goes to. Gosh, a lot of y'all have probably seen it. He flies that stunt wagon of ours for.
It's horrible. It's horrible, Brandon.
What?
It's
what?
horrible.
That is won many an award. But yes, I agree. That's only. He loves it to death, though. No, I mean he absolutely. Anytime he can get it up for one of those events, he's doing it. And
I've seen him.
And I gotta admit, there's plenty of times where I'm like, yeah, you sure you want to put that up? And he is all go on it.
That's so good.
He is trying to crank out every bit of what he can do on it, and a lot of people are chuckling and stuff, but. He loves doing it, but we realize, that plane flies like a dog. And so we've had this smoothie on the back burner here, trying to get it done for over a year now. And he then picked up a kit recently for a half a. What is that we got? We'll show it off here. It's down there, isn't it? We were at the Cleveland event, and he won
There are pictures
in a raffle. I don't even know what this is. Huh. Well, I don't know if you want to open that up and try to look. But he won a half a kit. And so we were trying to talk to people at Brodax they got the combustion, the glow half a, but we were asking if they could do an electric half a.
Well, we've been talking about that.
Yeah. So we'll see if
we're going to call the event Half E.
Oh, interesting.
It's Dennis Adamese and a couple of us are working on that. John Skukalek and me.
The happy halfies.
I think it's a great idea.
But he got this kit, and he was all about it and wants to put together this half a. And I'm like, listen, you got to get this smoothie done first, and then we can get on to that next project.
You got bigger fish to fry than that thing, my friend.
What is it, Angstrom?
I don't even know if it's done.
Make him big, would you, Sparky? We can see the plans.
It doesn't
Hold
even say
on.
what it is.
Oh, like your shirt.
Oh, who we talking about?
Packers.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, they're having, they got some injuries that, but you know what? We get to play the Bears, so I'd love to put Bears out of their misery one more
You know
time.
who my favorite teams are?
Who's that?
Well, it's the Packers and whoever's playing against the Bears.
Yeah. You know what? I think I've shown this before. You want to grab that off the wall? I got Engstrom doing everything for me here. And then I'll show you all the plans and see if we can come up with it. But right there.
Oh, you got a certificate, not a certificate, but a ownership certificate.
Yeah. Owner, Packers owner, baby. So,
Are you really?
Right.
Oh, that's so cool.
I'm a shot caller.
That's funny right there.
You're now in charge.
Yeah. I used to work in the prison for 10 years, and I had that on my wall. And believe me, it got me a lot of cred with the inmates. You know, especially the Cowboys fans. Sorry, Cowboys fans, but a lot of those guys were Cowboys fans. And then I'm like, you're nothing. I'm an owner.
Psychological. He's psychological messing with them.
My Giants beat the Cowboys this weekend.
Yes, they did.
That's about the only high point we had all year.
Gosh, well, I'm not sure what we got. It's the plans. Plans aren't all that detailed, if you ask me.
Show the picture. There's pictures on the back. We should be able to identify it from the picture.
Yeah, let me look one last time. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know how clear any of that comes across.
It does, but I've never seen like that.
No, I've never seen it, but it's cute.
It's almost got a flight streak tail feathers on the backside, but not really. I'm not sure what that is.
Little pug nose on it.
Is it a baby ringmaster?
I don't know. I just feel like
it's
design. Just someone.
It looks like a flight streak a little bit.
A little bit. But see, the wing on the bottom right corner's got scallops, straight trailing edge. I don't know that airplane.
No, I don't either.
I'm trying to
maybe an original design by
I'm pretty sure if it gives it away or helps, I'm pretty sure Dave Rigotti was the one who'd come up with these kits and
he may have built that. It may be his design.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was up at Cleveland. He had a couple of them. He had one fully built, didn't he?
Yeah, next to the kit. Yeah.
Yeah, he had one fully built that he made, and then he had put together this kit.
The one in these pictures.
Yeah.
Very good.
Hey, I was going to tell you guys, I know it's a bit of a hike from where you are to where I am, but if you found a weekend, a flyable weekend, and you want to come up and you can actually camp on the field, and I come over and we could do some critiquing and some coaching.
Okay.
I'd be
Just say yes.
I'd be happy to do it.
Yes, please. We very well might take you up on that.
You can camp right on the field if you're self-contained.
Yeah, we were. I'd been telling him yesterday that we were going to fly today, and then I woke up this morning and remembered there was still 3 inches of snow on the ground. Even though it got up to about 50 today, it still left a little snow. But I think the rest of the week's got decent temperature, so we'll be.
You never came to our Before the Snow Flies contest, did you?
We did. We did once.
Yep, one time.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's the field, and there's a control line dedicated field there. So and it's really nice. So if you decide you want to do that and spend a couple of days, I'd be happy to come out and spend the whole day, 2 days with you, and critique and coach you.
Yeah, that'd be great. And you know what? My wife's got a personal friend in the Allentown area that she hasn't seen in quite a while.
Allentown's about 15 minutes from me.
Yeah, so I was about to say it might be a good reason. Come out, get some coaching, and then just see a friend we haven't seen in a while.
There you go. Yeah, because FAI is different, than AMA, as you all know. And there's things you can concentrate on that will get you points, and that you really need to work on a little bit. The high Ks you really need to work on.
Yeah.
I can send you some information on building snow skis after flying in Green Bay area for a couple of years.
We talked to that was thrown out there, the idea of getting some skis on there, and I don't know. I guess when you buy a plane like we did from Uzbekistan or whatever and fork out 2,000 for it, you sit there and go, okay, I just want it to take off, exactly like we're always going to take it off. I get nervous putting something a little different on there, and the next thing you know, you got a pile of pieces that.
You certainly don't want to put skis on a stunt show.
No.
Yeah.
You got to restrain them. You got so they don't flip up too far back. You kind of got to lock them in. We come with a nifty little torsion setup that would only let them come up so far, and then it got so much pressure on it that it wouldn't let it go any further.
Mm-hmm.
And put sand down the middle of the circle where you can stand on it and not slip.
Yeah. Or worse, snow cleats.
Been done there too.
Got a
So
couple of
what
folks
engine
that-
is going in the little smoothie?
It does say on. In this one.
Uh-huh.
I think. I mean, it may be oversized. I think we were going with the badass 3515 710.
Oh, way too much.
Holy smokes.
Holy crap.
Way too much more.
Okay.
Way too much more. 28, 20, 870 with a 5S 2200.
You'll save 4 ounces right there.
Okay, hold on. Give me that number again.
You see my Caprice Fly, right?
But yeah.
That's got and that's actually bigger than the smoothie, and probably going to be a little heavier because it's a foam wing. So I have a 28, 20, 870 badass.
Okay.
And it's got it spins an 11.5 standard pitch propeller, badass propeller. It's got a 2200 5S Thunder Power battery. It's got a Fiorati system, and it's got a spin 44 in it.
Okay. All right. Yep, I wrote all that down.
That plane was actually designed to fly on a 29. So
now you could probably even get away if it's light enough with a 2814.
Yeah.
But you probably couldn't spin the 11-inch prop.
A 10-inch prop's okay. That hadn't got a big tail on it to turn anyhow. So the little prop you can make work, the better off you'll be, in my opinion.
That Tucker Special that I gave Robbie, we converted over, that had a 2814 in it with a 10-inch prop and a 2200 4S, I believe it was. And it flew great.
That'd be where I'd go right there.
Yeah. If you build it light enough. That airplane was like, it was 38 ounces, with the battery on board, it was like 42, 43 ounces.
All right. Well, I'm glad you asked about what we were putting in it. So.
3515.
35, that's too much motor.
That would give that airplane lunar insertion power. So,
but it would be nose heavy, terribly nose heavy also.
Yeah.
Are you going to duplicate Palmer's color scheme on that?
We're gonna take whatever's out in the garage monocoat wise. We got about 50 rolls of monocoat. So whatever the young man and his grandma's got. She's an artist, and so she's got a good sense of colors. Whatever they come up with.
Perfect.
I remember it
monocoated. It's safe
right?
because that stuff is worth a lot of money right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember it was blue and yellow. Is that what you remember, Bob?
What's that?
Palmer's smoothie was blue and yellow.
Is it on there?
That's what I remember.
He had several.
Smoothie.
I know that the Thunderbird 2 with the inverted engine, that was orange, black. But I think you're right. I think he did have a yellow, red, and blue smoothie.
Yeah. He told me that he had 2 of them, and he kept them in his car. One had the thick airfoil, and one had the thin airfoil.
Make that big there, Garrett.
Yeah, I don't know if that was the one you're speaking of, but that's on the Brodak box.
Well,
Bob
that's
Palmer,
that's more of the Thunderbird colors. But where that is red, it was blue, and the wing where it's white, it was yellow.
Yeah, below.
Something like that.
The saving grace is, Brandon,
Yep.
all you got to please is yourself.
That's right. You don't have to please us old farts.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, and with his what do we got over there? The SV11. You know, we tried to get cutesy and spray paint it and keep it light. And I'll tell you what, to get a good gloss finish on it, it just took too many coats, if you ask me. And I think it made that thing super heavy. So,
Well, what you just made a statement about, you put paint on to make it glossy?
we put like an aluminum, what was it? It was some sort of primer coat, and then really sanded that down fine. But then the spray paint over it to make it, you know, a glossy finish.
That's not how you do a gloss on a stunt ship. When you put the color on, you put a minimal amount on it. It's supposed to be dull, absolutely dull.
Okay.
The finish is in the clear. The clear goes on, and then you block sand the clear, and then you buff it. And that's what brings the gloss up. You don't put the gloss on the paint, you put the gloss on the clear.
No, I mean, it was just a can of spray paint.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to get a compressor. You guys are getting serious now about flying. Get a compressor, get a good gun, you know, an Arwado or a Finex or something like that. And, you know, learn how to shoot, because that's imperative if you're going to make contest finishes, which he's going to need at the Nationals. You're going to need good spray equipment and good technique. You don't put the gloss on with the paint. Put a clear over. You put a minimal amount of paint on an airplane, and it's usually very dull. Then you put all your trim on, and then you spray the clear over that.
Then 4,000 grit sandpaper when you're done.
Yeah.
And if you got any clear left over, don't put it on there. Just when you got the coats on, stop. Even if you still got clear in your gun, stop.
That's right.
Yeah, well, I think the paint job is what it did in that SV11, made it super, super heavy. So
I'll show you what I think what it should look like before you put clear on. Let me see if I can find something that'll do that. Give me a minute here. I'm going to do something here.
While Bob's looking, we got a few chats. Roy Lane checked in, says he's hoping to fly with Lou Rankin Wednesday afternoon. Hope to spray my Dixon Nobler profile, a lightning streak for my learning plane crash mobile, and a ringmaster trainer tomorrow.
Great.
Don thanked us for our time. Rice asked if would it work on a profile. He's asking back to that jig that you had, Bob. Would it work on a profile?
Sure, absolutely.
And Ray B says, good evening, all. That catches us up on the chat.
Well, good evening, Ray B.
While you're there flying with Lewis Rankin, ask him about the Navy base story with Sparky and tell him I said hello.
Wasn't Lewis an air traffic controller for the military?
I'm not sure. He was an officer at Millington, I believe.
I think he was a air traffic controller, but I might be wrong.
Him, I, and Zero went out in the field, and where I was stationed in Millington for a little while for A school, and we had a hobby shop that we always flew on, and we were digging in the field, and it's now a civilian base, but we were digging in the field, and the shore patrol was driving back and forth, looking at. There was 3 old guys digging in the grass in the middle of the field.
Did they come over and visit you?
Well, they were looking pretty hard. These nuts. And then one of the guys with us said, well, they probably have that happen all the time. Old guy. They had moved the church, and the hobby shop was gone, and the Quonset huts were gone. Everything was changed. We were just kind of getting our bearings. Well, it used to be about here, and the PX is over there.
Oh my goodness.
I still miss the hobby shop that was there at the Nats field. Used to go down from the L pad and go down that little dirt road.
Yeah.
Go back there and come in the back way. I used to love that
guy was
place.
sitting on a gold mine.
Yeah.
Well, for 3
just
months
to the west of
anyway.
the little road there.
For 3 months out of the year, it was a gold mine.
Yeah, he should have been doing mail order though.
He didn't know
Yeah.
that. There's a lot of good stuff in there. Free flight, a lot of good stuff.
Mhm.
That was a really full hobby shop.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't remember seeing a foamy in there, and no drones.
Mhm.
It just tickled me. I said, "My God, a hobby shop is still a hobby shop. I love it."
Was
Yeah.
it gone by 2015?
I think so.
Right about there, yeah.
Yeah, it was
I
fun.
went
just
in there.
go and-
I was going to go in there and get a gallon of fuel, and I was used to paying, I don't remember how much, but his fuel was so much cheaper, and he had the name brand fuel. I came out of there with 2 cases.
Hmm. Yeah, it was fun to go in there and just look around.
All right.
Yeah, it was.
Thanks,
Oh, we
Joe.
got it. Got it.
This is kind of what a airplane should look like prior to putting on the clear. Notice it's dull.
Mm.
Paint will go on dull. The clear, when you put over that and then let it cure and then sand it and buff it, that's what brings up the shine.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I've been recommended. There's maybe some sort of reading material from Brodax. They have a kind of a book on how to do finish. That's what I think Chris Fretz, a flyer in Pittsburgh, told me. Get that book. He said it's
he's a good
everything I
finisher.
learned how to do it.
Chris is a good finisher. He really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
But if you ever have any
It's a
questions about
pamphlet.
that, I'll help you out too if you need. And that same airplane now, this is the same airplane now with finish on it and buffed.
That's the airplane that I called a cheater airplane 25 years ago.
A cheater airplane.
It didn't weigh 38 ounces.
I guess you missed my one of hundreds finishing videos on dope.
Yeah.
I don't use anything but dope, but 1 quart of dope. In order to keep the airplane light, you got to minimize the paint.
Yep, that's true.
More elbow grease, sanding.
Yep.
Annular inlet. Bob, does that
What do you
airplane
got
have an
there, Pete?
annular inlet?
What's that?
Does that airplane have an annular inlet? This was a spinner.
Yes, it has an
smaller.
annular inlet. Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
You can run it either with or without the annular inlet.
What was Peter showing?
Yeah. Oh, you're muted, Pete.
That's my Bible.
There you go.
Yep.
That will most likely.
Very similar to what you were saying. Is it's the same in here.
Yeah.
It ain't easy, Angstrom.
We've learned. we know.
It's not easy.
Takes work.
I have
50 years now,
champagne
and I
taste
still don't
and
have it.
Falstaff beer skills, Brandon.
Really good finish is 80 to 100 hours.
Oh, we got that type of time on our hands.
Yeah.
Before
You'll have plenty of time when the Green Bay Packers are eliminated.
Oh, that's cold-blooded.
I ain't touching that.
Before
No.
I'm sorry, the shot was there. I took it.
It's all right. It's all right.
Before I paint each time, I actually practice. I have a practice piece always that I go and I practice on before I start painting the airplane. Because unless you're doing it every week, you got to practice a little bit before you actually start painting the plane. So I always
Absolutely.
have something else to paint that I prep and I paint a little bit and I go, okay, I got the gun adjusted right, the weather's right, everything's good, ready to go.
That's the nice thing about the automotive systems is that you don't have to worry about blushing, and you don't have to worry about pulling up fillets. That the paint flows into the fillets; it doesn't try to pull them up.
Yeah.
So you can get guaranteed good fillets, and you can spray during a thunderstorm, and you won't get any blush.
And it doesn't take much paint, y'all, on automotive.
Okay.
It covers really, really
We're
well.
learning how to get it lighter and lighter. think my last finish was 6 ounces from the bare wood up.
That's remarkable.
Yeah, that's good.
Wow. Yes, that is.
That was on one of the twins.
They're big airplanes too.
What's that?
They're pretty good size airplanes.
Yeah, well, yeah, those 650 to 670, yeah.
Yeah, but you got 3 fuselages. The nacelles got area too. You know, I mean, there's stuff there to paint, y'all.
That's true. That's true.
Just be careful you don't build those twins too big. Then they'll start pulling your arm off.
You know, they really don't pull significantly harder than a single motor airplane. Everybody thinks they do. I mean, Gordy's does. Geez. With Gordy, you can fly a flight and scratch your ankles without bending over. But, you know, they really don't pull that hard.
Well, I think the way you're working it is pretty good, but I still hesitate to make him go much more than 650.
Well,
I don't think I'd make.
I don't know why. If you had 6 engines or 1 engine, you have a 650 square inch airplane weighing 64 ounces going to 5.2 laps. It should pull the same.
Yeah.
If it's trimmed properly.
Yeah, exactly. And there's the one that's got a 6 ounce finish on it. And it, you know, it's not the world's greatest finish, but I believe that, you know, if you get 18 points, nobody's going to get 20. And if anybody does get 20, they're not winning the contest because they haven't flown their airplane. But if you get 18 points, you can make it up on takeoffs and landings with tricycle landing gear. So.
Oh yes, you can.
You're right, Bob.
Absolutely right.
And you spend a lot less time. You don't worry less about your airplane. You're likely to go practice more with it. And you know, if you think about it, this finish thing is interesting. Does anybody know what percentage of your score it is? If you got a perfect flight score and a perfect appearance point score, what percentage of your score is appearance?
1.28.
3%.
Okay, I missed it 2/10.
3%. Now think of it this way. Okay, 3%. Okay, so if you get 20 points, you know, it have a perfect pattern. It's 3%. All right, now. You look at the back of the room. Is it 0 to 20 or is it nominally 12 to 20?
12 to 13.
12 points at the back of the room and 19 points at the front of the room. All right. So
then there's my plane sitting way to the back.
You're already less than 3%. So if you get anywhere near the front of the room, you're going to be like 1%. You can make that up on takeoff and landing and practicing more than putting all that time in, you know, a 20-point finish.
Our Dada Meeson told me he was having a stunt clinic, and he says people are overlooking the most obvious points of all. There's 2 things you have to do in every flight. That's
take off
and a landing. And he says,
and the inverted flight. All those are overlooked.
Right.
Lots of people jump off in 7 or 8 feet and straight to 4.5, 5 foot and a quarter lap. That's giving away 6 points right there, in my opinion.
That's right.
Right. Saw that happen on a couple of planes at Las Vegas when we were judging there, and these were guys that should have known better.
Well, those are the kind of things I put more emphasis on than one more point and finish.
Yeah, I mean, and they were flying off of pavement. There was no need for them to jump off like that.
There we go.
And this is scale, so I know it's different. This is F4, but you see the K factors, takeoff and landing are the only 14 K factor things.
Wow, look at that.
Everything else is much less. So nail your takeoff, nail your landing, and you're going to be in a much better spot.
In scale. But the thing is, in FAI, takeoffs and landings are like what, a K1?
No, this is FAI.
I'm talking about
F2B.
F2B.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Takeoffs and landings are K1s.
But still, do them right.
Well, sure. You don't want to give up any points. But you really want to do a good square 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm of the of the opinion that your first maneuvers kind of set the mood for the judge. If you impress him with the first couple, 2 or 3 maneuvers, he'll
It
expect
should
more of
not
it. But
be
if you
that
give
way.
it
It's
to him,
not supposed to matter.
No,
I know, but you
there are
can't.
no, there are no.
I know.
That's
This
There
is,
are no impression points.
this is basic psychology, though. That once someone in a mindset, they start seeing what they expect to see.
No, if you flew at this year's Nats, if you flew a crappy inverted reverse wing over, and the next maneuvers were 40 points, that's what you get. You know, I just
But he
looked at
should
each
get,
maneuver.
but that's not how it really works, and we all know that.
Is
Well,
that
we
how
got
it
an
works,
answer on Lou Rankin in the Navy. Roy
Yeah.
Lane said Lou was an aircraft maintenance officer in the
Okay.
Navy.
I was wrong.
Roy says I was the same thing in the Air Force. And Cha-Cha was on. I don't know if he left already. He said, "Good night, guys. Hope all is well with everyone."
Yeah.
Yeah, he was kind of close to all that activity earlier in the week.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, do you judge that way? Impression?
No, there are no
That's right.
impression points.
How do you know you're not impressed? How do you know you're not impressed?
Yeah.
How do I know
I
I'm
give
not
you an
impressed?
18.
I'm usually not impressed.
That's what you feel that way. How do you know for a fact that you're not impressed?
I think it's difficult
I think
to
Yeah, it's
not be
impossible.
I am
impressed.
consistent. I love a nice reverse wing over.
It's
I'll give
impossible
them
to
for
be
that,
totally
but most
objective.
of them are no good.
But if the guy does a nice wing over, how do you look at the next 3 or 4 maneuvers?
Depends how he did them.
Depends how he did them.
That's
I
If
don't.
they
It
did
doesn't
them
matter
pretty
what he
darn
did
good, you might
before.
give them pretty darn good, you know? It's
Yeah,
just
but
that
every
little-
maneuver has got to be judged on its merit, not the
own
one
merit,
before.
that's
I
right.
agree
Not the
with
one
you
after.
completely, but it's
Remember,
not
the
the real
judges
world.
judges look at each maneuver with a critical eye. Occasionally, they use both eyes, but it's rare.
Yeah.
I count.
Well,
I
I know
count
when
out
I
loud.
started. I know
This
when I
year at the
started
Nats, I
judging.
counted out loud each mistake, and so if you had, you missed the intersection at the top and you had a high pullout, that was 6 points off. Then he did the loops, and let's say that they walked slightly to the left or slightly. I went 2, 4, whatever. So I was counting out loud, and you subtract that in your head, and that's a score. You're right.
Wow.
And
you
I
do
was
that 30 times
consistent,
a day,
right, Steve?
30 flights a day, you do that for each maneuver?
Yep,
Oh, you're a better man than me.
I was
Ain't easy.
consistent, right,
It ain't
Steve?
easy.
If it
Was
was
I not
easy,
consistent,
everybody'd be
Steve?
doing it, you know.
Yeah. Was
I
I not
think the hardest
consistent?
thing in judging.
I think
I think the hardest thing in judging is being honest and being equal with everybody, giving
I
everybody
like
the
this.
same shake.
Look what he
You
just
can't.
posted.
Philosophy of seeing what you expect to see.
So, I mean, you could say, "Oh, I don't do this," but that's not your brain works that way.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Okay.
That's absolutely right.
Yeah, sure.
It's difficult. It's difficult not to fall into that. That's all I'm saying. It's difficult not to fall into that.
Yep.
Harry Idala, seeing faces
Well, I know
in
when I
random
first-
shapes. Yeah, I've seen that.
I know when I first started judging, I about refused to judge if like old time stunt. If my buddies were flying old time stunt, I wouldn't judge that because I was afraid I would not be fair. And then I finally learned you watch the airplane and whatever it does, it don't matter who's flying it. Just
Yeah.
watch the airplane and whatever it does, that's what you score.
You know what's hard to do is when you got a guy that's perennially up at the top, a well-known stunt flyer, and he makes a mistake and giving him a bad score.
Or
That's what I'm
conversely,
talking
do
about.
it.
or
You do
conversely,
a mistake.
or conversely, a beginner flying a perfect maneuver, giving him a perfect score.
Yeah.
Well,
Doesn't matter
that darn
what
Joe-
pilot it is.
Can happen.
If they
that
fly
darn
26, they get it. If they fly 36, they get it. That's
How
what
many-
it's supposed to be.
But how many times does that happen at the Nats? We don't use the range at the Nats at all. They're not using the range at all at the Nationals. I've looked at the score sheets and they're all jammed up there because nobody.
I'll be there in a minute.
We've been
Nobody wants to
fighting that
lowball a good
for
flight.
several years.
You know,
We've been fighting at it for several years.
The
It's-
grandkids are
It's the nature of
were
the
here
beast.
today.
It's the nature of the beast.
It is, and just go have spaghetti when it's over. The grandkids were. So we were watching TV, and they said they wanted to see me fly. So I pulled up Joe Gilbert Nats, and it showed the 21 Nats. There's nobody in 21 flew a great pattern.
Yeah.
When the
I
wind's
saw
blowing
you
20,
walking with the wind. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
the scores were still pretty high. You know, the airplanes were not anywhere near tracking perfect maneuvers, but the scores were still high.
Well, I know at Brodat a couple of years ago, the wind was howling. Bob came out there the next day and put up a pattern with his Genesis. And I mean, he put up as good a flight as I saw all weekend, but it wasn't scored. But that dang iPad, Joe had come out there with a little, I can't remember what the plane was. I think it was a Cavalier, and put up he did a hourglass that Sparky and I both said, wow. See, only as many years as I've judged and as many dozen or probably hundreds of flights that I've judged, I've given 140 and Joe got it.
There you go.
really?
That thing was perfect. I
And the
looked
sad
at
part
that
is
and
he
I
was trying,
know
the
it was
sad
two
part is
out.
he was trying to do a vertical lake.
Yeah, I know it. I'm
You
coming.
see me? I'm shaming on you, Bob. I'm shaming on you. That's funny. Well,
Caffeine,
Joe, you got to
caffeine's in
take the good
car.
with the bad, brother.
Oh, dude, it's
No,
all
you
good, man.
can get even with me. You can get even with me in classic at the Nats this year.
Nah, dude, I'm gonna fly
I'll be
my
back.
flights and get what I get, and I'm gonna hug you no matter who wins, Bob Hunt.
You're
It's all
like-
right.
And then we're
We had a
going to
good
go,
battle though. We had a couple of good battles last year.
And
It's
then-
all
and
good,
then
man.
we'll-
You earned it.
and then we'll go to McAllister's.
Could have got either way.
For me at the Nats, I think this year was the best I've ever seen, and spread range, in the big boy event I'm talking. They used numbers from 28 to 38. You know, they used the numbers, and I hate to fly a 28, but Bob Hunt, you know as well as I do. Every now and then a guy can.
All of us can.
You know, it
Yeah.
happened to me.
It's
I
just
promise you. It
I
gets out of
gave out a
shape.
couple. I gave out a couple in Las
errors.
Vegas.
I had one happen at a contest this year up in Massachusetts. I flew, it was really windy, and I got lackadaisical at the end. I flew a really good flight. At the end of the flight, I let the airplane get upwind, and I wasn't my horse backing up. And the airplane came right at me and bounced really bad.
Hmm.
And one judge gave me a 10, and the other one gave me a 30.
Well,
Oh,
10's
man.
too low, and a 30 might be kiss high. But
It wasn't even worth the 10.
yes, it is.
Hey, the plane was in one piece. It's worth a 10.
Well, yeah, the airplane was still.
You can't take 20 points off for every bounce. Come on.
This was about as bad a landing as you've ever seen in your life.
Did I give
Did
you
I give you
any
10?
unrealistic scores, Joe?
Not that I'm aware of, Robert. I probably don't have your score sheet, but I look at the score sheets pretty close.
Yeah.
And if I say you score me a 34, Steve scores a 32, and somebody else scores a 30. But on a great maneuver, it's 32, 36, 38. That's where it should be.
Yeah.
They got to go up and down. And I
Yes.
thought this year at the Nats, they did that as good as I've ever seen it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't expect to Steve see a 38 and Robert see a 38 and Chaucer see a 38 and somebody else see a 38. But if there's 2 points difference, but they're all time going up and down together, that's a good sign in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Jim Hoffman snuck in.
Well, I suggest we get off the subject of judging.
Yeah, thank you.
Talk about painting. Steve, you've done a good job. Keep it
This is
up.
winter. We're not going to be judged for a few months yet, so
Yeah, it's going to be a long time.
Yeah.
Caffeine, what'd you decide on your gear? You gonna build grass gear, or what are you gonna do?
Well, I'm gonna go with the trike. Still the trike. I'm not going to make it a tail rigger, but I'm still figuring out what's the size for the main wheels?
I think they're 2 1/4 on the mains.
What kind of terrain?
Okay.
What kind of terrain are you flying off of?
Yep, matters
Real
on the
thick
grass.
grass, like Bermuda grass.
Is it mowed like a putting green, or is it thick?
No.
It's not like a putting green. It's sharp, but it's not. You know,
Well,
it's
2
it's not
1/4, 2
really.
1/2. The main should be like 2 1/4 to 2 1/2 in grass, and maybe a 2 inch on the nose, or
And
yeah,
1 degree angle attack.
yeah,
Don't get it negative angle attack.
that's right. It'll hop
1
up.
degree up is better than 0, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, so the nose should be pointing a little bit upward, right?
1 degree is a good number, Mike.
Half
Okay.
to one
You're the
degree.
expert, Bob.
Just barely up. Just
What's your
barely.
opinion,
Okay.
Bob?
Yeah,
Okay,
half to
all
1
right.
degree. And you know who I got that from? Probably one of the best flyers ever, Mark Klipinski. He flew that the Tempest, and I asked him specifically about that. He says, I asked, there should be level, and he said no, about half a degree up.
Yeah, something up. I agree.
Okay.
You don't
so
start up with up elevator. You start up with neutral or maybe a kiss of down, and just
Yeah.
raise your hand. At 15 feet, start raising your hand and let it fly
Okay.
off the ground.
Yep.
Yep.
So the key is just to find the combination of between the wheels, the main wheels, and the nose wheels that give you at least straight or going up, pointing up a bit,
Yeah.
right?
Tiny,
That's right.
tiny,
Okay.
tiny bit. Almost
Because
not-
because the previous owner put all 2-inch wheels for the nose and the main, so that's why I'm asking.
Well,
In
they
my
would
opinion,
have
on
set with
grass-
the nose up at about three
Wheel
to
diameter
4
doesn't matter.
degrees with that setup. Because the nose wheel, the mains are they're either 2 1/4 or 2 inches, but but the nose wheel would be 1 3/4 if it's 2 inches, 2 inches if it's 2 1/4.
Depends
Okay.
how long you make the rods.
Right.
Yeah, the Pathfinder, the nose gear, I'm looking at one, it's got a big bend in it. That's how I set it up.
That's how
I
you
bend
set it.
that
That's
wire
Yep.
to get
That's
what I
what it's
want.
there for.
But 2 inches, in my opinion, is too small for thick grass.
I agree with you.
Okay.
And the grass he's on reminds me, looking at it, reminds me of the grass in Florida, that Bermuda grass. It's real
Yeah.
thick and tough.
I wouldn't use less than 2.5.
You guys are forgetting one important point. What size engine is it? What size propeller?
It's set up for 11. It's designed for 11-inch propeller, but it doesn't have but about a 1/2 inch clearance.
Here's
A
one.
1/2 inch clearance on grass. If you got two, it depends how long the main gear is. If you
Yep.
put a 3/4 inch spike on the gear, you're going to be dragging the ground. Put a 3-inch spike and you won't. But the wheel has to roll on the grass, not dig in.
That's right.
There you go. That one's got a tiny bit of up.
What are you talking about, Bob? What's a tiny bit up?
I see.
Instance in the wing.
Huh?
The level
nose
line.
gear is a little longer than the main.
Just a
Oh,
half
you mean the nose gear is a little longer.
That's right.
Well,
Whatever it takes to get a degree incidence, whatever it is.
The configuration of the airplane is going to determine the strut length. But what you want is the attitude is to be 1/2 degree to 1 degree nose up.
That's the word. Attitude's right.
Angle
That's
of
the right
attack.
word. Angle attack.
Okay. Okay, cool. So, well,
Hi, John.
Somebody
I
had a
actually,
haircut this week.
yeah.
Caffeine, you got too close to your cat, buddy.
Well, I crashed another model this last week. So
That electric one.
no, that's not electric. It had like LA 25. Yeah,
Was that when
I
you
just
was trying
got,
to go inverted and sucked it under?
yeah. I just got brain farted.
That happens before you can lick your lips, son.
You're learning too many U.S. stunt pilot slangs.
Yeah.
Oh, bummer.
We,
I mean,
we've all been there.
that's my current favorite airplane that flies really well. well, actually, I just finished repair it, and then it turned out to be flying really good after that repair, and then
Good.
suddenly, bam!
Oh,
Not long after that repair. So, and this one is quite. I think
it's
it's
hurt
not.
pretty bad. It's
Yeah,
hurt pretty bad.
it's pretty bad press. So I don't think I'm going to repair it. Just build another one.
Can you get another kit like that?
No, unfortunately, the owner as well, the builder of that model, has passed away February last year. So there's no other
Well, that
production
was your
going on.
Japanese. That was your Japanese
Yes,
ready to fly, right?
Right.
yes.
Your
So
Z-Beck.
yep, yep.
Ah,
There's no chance I could get another one. So there's yeah, they are out of stock. Not nothing left. So yeah, that's sad.
Does
yeah.
anybody
That's a
know?
shame.
Are the tsunamis still available? Or what was that called? That profile that had LA-46 on it that flew off a good
Sakatumi?
Stockatumi. Are those still around anywhere?
Yeah. Bob Elliott is kind of selling them and making kits for.
Any kind of good profile without flaps would take you a long ways. You
Yep.
don't have to have flaps to learn the pattern.
That's right.
No, that plane will fly the pattern pretty good.
It will. It will for sure. There was some guy, the combat flyer that built foam wing gotchas or something like that, maybe.
Bill Cartier.
Yeah,
Bill Cartier.
there might be a few of those old profiles still around somewhere too that would be good.
Not producing them anymore, unfortunately.
No, he's not producing them, but Kiffine's so far away, he can't just order one and get it to him quick.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about scratch build a primary force.
A primary
That'd be a
force is a
good
great
airplane.
airplane. A dumb Oriental fly great. There's a lot of easy
Mhm.
airplanes to build.
Yeah, the Mathis Coyote is another good one.
That's a good one. Yeah, the Stunt Hangar is a
The
good one.
Mathis Excalibur 2
Well, the
or
whole
1
shot,
is a
the
good
whole
airplane.
shot will do the trick.
I
There's
had a
lots of those
scratch built P Force, profile P Force. I highly recommend it.
There you go.
No flaps.
Yep.
And of course, I also recommend the Pathfinder.
Yeah.
We've talked about that already, but that's a more complicated build than a force.
That's true.
But yeah, I had a P Force with an Aero Tiger. It was just.
Did you make the Aero Tiger run on its side, Jim?
Yeah, it ran great.
Is that right? I've never tried that. I wondered about that.
Yeah, ran great.
An Aero Tiger on a Dunn Hutchison's profiles would be a great combo too. But they're not easy to build either.
No.
The P Force was easy to build. Mike Pratt gave me a short kit one day. I didn't even ask. I didn't want it. He gave it to me, and so I started off. I put a Fox in there, and I said, "Well, this sucks."
Too much grease everywhere, but they run good.
Yeah.
Is it good for an LA-25?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Hunt, didn't you have a whole shot that a 25 would work good on?
Yeah.
Mikey has a design called the Delta Force, which is a flying wing. It's a Delta wing. And
I built one.
They fly pretty good.
Well, I'll tell you, Mike's flew better than anyone expected. Mine was a disaster.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Wonder what the difference was.
I don't know. Had no fuselage side area, and what would happen is in any kind of outside corner, it yawed in at you. And an hourglass was treacherous. And then the only thing that ever made it flyable was something Joe suggested to me. I put a big drag tab on the outboard panel, and it just forced it to yaw to the outside. And made it so at least you could do all the maneuvers.
You could beat him into submission. That's what that was.
I wonder what would happen if you put a little bit more out thrust on that engine.
John, I had 200 flights on that thing. I tried a lot.
Really? Well, I'll tell you, Mikey's flew great.
It did. It did. It flew better than anyone ever expected it to fly.
Yeah. I'm sorry you had a bad experience. I guess that's what we learned from, though.
It was huge. It was 800 square inches.
Oh my word!
Well, it's kind of like the Netsavon, Fierce Arrow.
Fierce Arrow, but that drag, that putting that little 45 angle on the tip, it ain't pretty, but it does make them not want to chase you.
Yep, it worked. Yeah, that was one of the mods we made. The Fierce Arrow has some side area to it.
A little, sure does.
Delta Force does not. And so we were adding side area to it, and it helped marginally. Yeah. That was my experience.
I've got a Force out in the garage, which has flaps.
Yep.
And that's a decent flying airplane too.
Yep.
Caffeine, there's a lot of good profiles that will do you well. Just find what you got plans for. Straight platform wing, easy to build and get after it, dude.
Yeah, that's right.
I think you're going to be looking at scratch building, learning how to scratch build a lot, Caffeine.
Yeah, well, I prefer to prepare the file for laser cutting.
Now, whose airplane is that? The doctor.
That's Ted Fancher's. That's Ted Fancher's father with Ted's doctor, which is
that right?
Yeah, that's a flapless, really nice flying airplane.
We had a Medic too, which is a little smaller than that, the same design.
Is that 25 power size? I don't know that airplane.
That was a 46.
That's more of a 35-40 size. The Medic was
40.
20-25.
You can fuss all you want. I can take a Goldberg shoestring with the LA-25 that weighs 26 ounces, and I can make it walk and talk like a show dog too.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
it won't fly, but it'll walk and talk like a show dog.
It won't what?
It won't fly, but it'll walk and talk like a
dang right. I make it bark good.
Thank you guys. But despite the crash that I had last Sunday, there was another new flyer that came to our session. So it's now growing. It's officially, I used to fly with just myself, and then got another one too for quite some time. And then from the beginning, from mid 2024, we have like 3 people. And now in 2026, we have 4 flyers now.
That helps. That's all good news. Good news, Caffeine. Keep at it.
Yeah.
Pretty soon you'll have enough to make a stunt team to go to the Worlds.
Just don't get discouraged because you bust one every now and then. It's okay.
Anybody that does not crash does not fly.
You can crash a control on airplane before you can lick your lips, dude.
Yeah.
It can happen pretty quick.
Yeah.
It's just flying a brick on a string,
I had a good friend, most of you might know him, Don Cranfield out of Texas. He's an old combat flyer. Yeah. Very good at it, by the way, too. Many times next.
He's pretty good at stunt,
this
too.
Stunt stuff's easy. It's just up or down or neutral. How hard can it be? You ain't got to chase nobody.
Yeah, he's the one that came to Triple Tree. That little pickup truck. He's got one airplane upside down in the camper of the pickup truck. 2 more laying in the bed. He's got a Zilch X with silk covering and a Brodak 40. He ain't no joke.
Didn't he pass away?
He did. COVID got him. First rattle out of the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
No, sir. Mate, I could cry about that right now. I loved him hard, man. Don Cranfield been in my home many nights. He and Sheila are fantastic people.
Is his wife's name Sheila?
It was.
Yeah.
It is, yes. Sheila's doing fine.
She's one of the Motormouth gang, right?
Yes, she is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Dude, we had
That he was a nice guy.
we had when
Good flyer.
you know you go to Richards and you see there was 7 or 8 of us and all the girls get together and they go do their thing and we'd fly airplanes all day and build and talk, and Bob knows this better than most of us. When you've got a good builder or 3 or 4 good builders and everybody's there talking and visiting, it improves everybody's skills greatly. That's my opinion on that.
And you have more fun than a barrel.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Richard Oliver taught me a lot. I'll be quite honest with you. I'm the best student Richard Oliver ever had, dude. I promise you. I paid attention hard. When he and Frank said something, pay attention.
Yep.
Bob knows that. He knows well. Frank can build an airplane good too.
We had a lot of fun with the shop. All the guys together.
It's a great time. Great memories, y'all.
Yep.
Great.
Well, I remember back when the hot airplane for Stunt at the schoolyard was a super whipsaw with a 35 kV 35 on it. Do you
When
remember
I was
that
a little,
airplane?
I've heard the whipsaw.
I
When I
had
was a little kid, Daddy had an All-American with the Fox 35 upright. And that airplane was the greatest flying airplane I ever seen when I was 7 years old, dude. It was incredible.
Yeah.
It flew a little fast, but it
Yeah.
flew.
Well, in those days, back in the 50s, the early
That's
50s,
64.5, yeah.
yeah, in the early 50s when that came out, the stunt pattern wasn't like anything what we've got now. And a lot of times they were flying, one of the guys there in LA, he was known for flying real fast. You're close to like 90 to 100 miles an hour.
Oh, we didn't fly nothing like that, but
Well, he did. and their tricks were they would go, he would come down on a reverse wing, or he'd come down, he'd pull out, and he'd be a foot off the ground. And he'd go around on his inverted, a foot off the ground. Y'all have been flying one of his planes. I'm trying to remember the name of it for years at old
there was
times.
a whipsaw. There was a whipsaw airplane.
Yeah, the whipsaw. That came out. I'm trying to remember whether it was Consolidated or
Probably
one of those kit companies that you didn't hardly know much about. They popped out with that. Then it wound up
Ambroid.
Ambroid bought the rights and put it out. But they had a regular whipsaw and they had the super whipsaw. We started off with the whipsaw with this Torp 35 on it, or 32, I think it was. Anyway, that was the hot thing, because you could run away from your opponent because of the high aspect, skinny little wing it had, and you could come out and get back on them real quick. Couldn't turn real well, but it turned well enough. Bob's trying to see if he can find a picture of a whipsaw.
I bet he's got one.
What's that?
You got a picture of a whipsaw?
A whipsaw? No, I don't have a picture of a whipsaw. I know what it is.
Me too.
I remember I built a hotter net. Everybody told me don't try to fly it slow. It won't fly slow. And they were right.
Well, that was an old time airplane, hotter than that.
There you go.
There's the whipsaw.
Check it out.
There's super whipsaw right there in the middle.
Uh-huh.
And there's the whipsaw.
Who built the Ambroid?
Yeah.
Well, Ambroid was the one that finished up with it, but the original kit was put out, I think, Consolidated.
I think Consolidated had it first.
Super
I've never flown one of those, but I
remember the
looks like a cleaned up ringmaster to me.
Yeah, boy, also have an airplane called the Scraper or Scrapper. Remember that?
Scrapper.
Look at the.
I like that wing though.
Look at the wing. See, it's double tapered. That's nothing like a ringmaster
that's
wing.
Triple
No,
tapered
it's not.
Right there. That's triple tapered.
Yeah. It was unique. It was skinny, relatively skinny airfoil.
That's 6.5 ratio probably right there.
Yeah, but it would scoot,
How many times years ago when you was a kid and you broke the tail off your shoestring or your buster, your ringmaster, and it flew better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happened often.
Well, I landed a Nobler inverted once, knocked the rudder off, and started a whole new design trend.
I love it. That's awesome. I mean, a flight streak. When I was a little kid, we, in 1966, 7, 8, we basically flew Goldberg, shoestrings, busters, cosmic winds, ringmasters, and flight streaks. And for me, there was nothing better than a flight streak when I was 10 years old. That 1967, the flight streak was the most impressive airplane I ever flew at 10 years old.
My first flight streak kit cost me $1.98.
I don't know what they cost, but
did you build the flight streak with the wingtips, or did you chop them off?
No, use the wingtips. We used the wingtips, but I'm sure people did. Dad was a good builder. He built airplanes. When I was a little kid, I'd sit next to him and we'd build airplanes. We wasn't CA, is Ambroid and epoxy, but somebody wanted Dad to build a Aries for him, and he built that Aries, and he wouldn't let me help him. But when he got it finished, he went to work at the water department early in the morning. I got up, he was on the kitchen to count the table in the morning. And that Aries in bones is the prettiest thing I ever seen in my life. It just looked like a Jurassic Park dinosaur sitting there. It was so pretty. Man,
and now we look like Jurassic Park dinosaurs.
You're right. But there's a Ambroid Aries kit out in the garage, and I open that box up every now and then and think, look at these sticks. And I just put the lid back on it, put it back on the
Yeah, those wings
a
are
whole lot of parts in it, Joe.
Simplest, most beautiful wings to build.
Full of sticks.
Hey,
It's a beautiful airplane.
Joe, you were talking before about getting together and building in the shop and things like that.
Yes.
Here's a shot for you.
There you go.
Oh my!
Oh, look at that.
John DeTavio, Rich Jacobone.
Rich Jacobone.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That DeTavio cat, that was one fine guy right there too, y'all.
No,
he was a mess.
He was a fine man.
He was a good guy.
A mess. I asked it. We were at the Nats practicing, and he came over and said, "I'll launch you." And he walked out there, and this cat's sitting there. I'm still sitting there waiting, thinking, when is he going to bend over? He's still standing up holding this airplane. And he bends at the waist. His legs are still straight. He bends at the waist, 90 degrees, lays that plane on the ground and looks at me. And I said, and he launched that airplane.
I
didn't realize he was a floorer.
He was a carpet layer, man, deluxe.
Yes, he was.
I'm going to tell you one thing. He could bend over much better than I could, and I was 30 years younger than him.
He put in a floor in my shop. He fixed the floor in my shop.
There's so many great people in control line, you can't hardly talk about them all.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of nice people. In Tucson in 2004, I run like a chicken with my head cut off. There's so many people there, I just wanted to meet everybody. I didn't know nobody. And I wanted to meet them all.
Joe, that's why you don't read or hear anything about me. There's too much to talk about.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
That's what you said.
Oh.
It was impressive. I mean, Hoffman was there. Did you see that picture on Facebook, Jim, of the 1994 Tucson?
Yes.
Was that you in the middle squatting down?
I didn't.
No, he's standing up. He was off to the right.
I was there. I mean, I'm
sure you was there.
I've only missed one.
That's unfathomable, man.
God, I have not been to Tucson yet that he wasn't there. He's always there.
I think that's where I first mentioned.
Getting ready for the next one.
Yeah.
I
think that's where I met. It's where I met John. It's where I met Jim. It's where I met several people.
And Joe, after we will build, we go out to the diner and have something to eat. Here's a photo for you.
Wait a minute. Slow down a minute. We got to talk about all these. I see Jacobone, I know.
Yep.
And Tom Hampshire, I know.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's next to Jacobone on the left there. Second from the left is Frank Imbriaco.
Oh, I know Frank. I didn't recognize him.
That's Frankie, and my son is in the foreground there.
That's Robbie. I've never met Robbie.
That's Robbie. And then that's Buddy Weeder and his son, Ryan.
Oh, I know Buddy well. I did not recognize Buddy right there. That's been a minute ago right there. Has that been 20
That's-
years ago, Bob?
No, not 20. Probably
Not 20?
Around 2010.
Buddy Weeder's
Is-
another fine one, dude.
Yeah,
Hampshire, he
is that
ran
where the- is
Prodax
that-
for years.
How is Tom?
he's good. I just saw him. Actually, I had lunch at that diner with him not that long back.
Well,
Okay.
good.
Yeah, he's doing all right. He's lost a whole Tom. He's a lot thinner than you see him here. A lot
Well,
thinner.
good.
Right.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
he's
Can last a lot
he's flying
longer.
rubber powered free flight now.
Oh my gosh.
Like scale.
I've never flown rubber band airplanes except for flight streaks and stuff like that. But when you get a rubber airplane powered airplane that flies pretty, it's majestic. It's absolutely positively majestic.
Yeah, those free flight scale airplanes. Have you ever looked at a website called Max Fly Art?
No.
FLIART. Max Fly Art. Tom Hallman.
Oh yes, Tom Hallman. He's a master builder.
He came up here with Vance Gilbert, who's a musician, who's also a scale flyer. And they spent 3 hours in my shop. They didn't want to talk about music. They want to talk about airplanes.
Oh, he's awesome, man.
Yeah, and
Tom
Vance
Hallman,
walked
yeah.
out of here with some really nice wood.
Tom Holman, our borders are? No.
No, Tom Hallman, a free flighter. He's a and
Artist.
there's probably somebody better, but I don't know.
Oh,
who
he's
it
an
would
artist.
be.
Just
He's
an artist.
awesome, man. His airplanes are impeccable, beautifully built, well covered, and he trims them to the 10th degree. He's remarkable.
Well, for a
individual.
living, he's a fine artist.
He's an artist. That's right.
Yeah, fine artist.
But he's something, dude. If you're going to emulate somebody, pick him. That'd be a
Yeah.
good starting place.
You ever get a chance, look up some of his videos of Max Fly Art. It shows just how far we are behind.
Oh, he's incredible. Incredible.
Nice guy, too. Real nice guy.
I've just seen the videos and seen him fly. And, you know, when you fly the airplane, I sit there and try to say, I do this and this before it's flying to see what he says. And sometimes I'm right and sometimes I'm not. He's a master trimmer of those rubber band airplanes for sure. No question.
That's always got me. Those guys take those planes and it needs to do this, and it looks like they haven't done anything, and they put it up again and it's perfect. And I'm sitting there.
It doesn't take much. In the indoor rubber bands like I'm flying, if on the sticks you mount the wing, when I get them where I want them, I take a pencil line and make a mark on the stick. And if you move that stick up or down a pencil line, it won't fly right.
Yeah.
That deckage is that touchy.
Well, it used to be told to me years and years ago that if I want to learn how to trim a stunt plane, start flying some rubber band powered airplanes because they know how to trim and you'll learn how to trim.
Well, I started out with tow line gliders. And I'm telling you what, I believe it. I believe what you're saying because those things are the finickiest thing to trim. And then about the time you get one right, the stupid thing flies away.
Control line airplane, tethered flight, we won't call it tethered. Control line flight where you're tied to the handle. There's different rules in free flight. There's different stuff going on there, in my opinion.
You owe me 2 kisses. Hey.
Well, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. That's just what they used to say years ago.
Good night, babe.
Tom Martin, a friend of mine here in Tulsa, he's gone now. When I first started, he didn't know how to trim airplane. Tom Martin's gone, for 5 years now. But he said, Joe, just do something. Even if it's wrong, you'll learn something. So I made changes that wasn't right, but do something.
Lou Willard told me that at Brodout, and he was right. I made a change and it didn't work, and I made a change the other way and it did work, and we learned something.
You learned something. I agree. Bobby, is Billy as good a trimmer as you know? Was Billy Warbridge as good a trimmer?
Yeah, he's a habitual trimmer. I guess the only one that I thought was more habitual than him was Bill Simons.
Is that right?
Said the day your airplane crashes or falls apart from oil soakage is the day you stop trimming it.
Well, I've kind of, I flew Big Blue for a long time, and it never. There's always things I did that I thought made it better, and maybe it's a weight change. Maybe I don't know what it was, but there's always something. And it's strange to me that I can fly it in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and have it where I think it's really good, and go to Muncie and it ain't right up there. You got to change things.
Is that your new twin stutter or multi-engine stutter there, Bob?
That's one of Tom Holman's.
That's a rubber band airplane, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
Johnny ADOX.
Did he have all 12 of those engines turning?
What? Yeah.
You gotta look him up, John. I think you'll be highly impressed.
My goodness, I'm impressed. I can't imagine getting 12 of them all turning at the same time.
And the rubber bands can't be that long.
The man is just nuts.
Does that thing actually rise off water?
I don't know I guess it does. Yeah, I would
I never seen it do that, but
good gracious, man.
They have special mechanisms to hold all the props, to get them all wound and lock them in place and pull them out and just give it a nice toss, and away it goes.
Yeah,
if you get a chance, look up Max Fly Art. He's incredible.
Get on YouTube and look it up. I don't think you'll be
He's got a lot of YouTube how-tos, how to build.
Yes, absolutely.
Really behoove us all to look at his how-to videos, because he knows how to build. It's MAXFLIART.
Just something as simple as taking a 26 X-Acto blade, and he put a couple pieces of masking tape on it and tape them together and cut it down and use that for a knife.
Yeah.
With masking tape for a handle to cut stuff. Little stuff. It's oh my gosh. He's something.
Really amazing.
Well, guys, it's that time to shut off YouTube. To everybody on YouTube, I appreciate you watching. We do this twice a week, Mondays and Fridays, 7 to 9. And please like, subscribe, and share. And we'll see you tomorrow. Let's see here. Fair winds, tight lines. See you. Okay, it's after party. I'll see you guys later.
Take care, Robert. Mark, did you shoot any paint yet?